I'm faster, I'm more secure than you'll ever be. I'm faster, I'm cheap, and my name is XRP. Let's do a little pre-live stream. Hi everyone. How are you doing? Hallo Manuel. Heute begrüße ich mal alle. Hi Clipboard. 02. My mistake. Thank you, Clipboard. Problem is I cannot change it now, I have to change it later. Anything up? Hey, Satan. All tight. Another time, maybe a third time before. Hello Thomas, hi Rafael, hi Nazario, hi XRP Andy, hi teacher, hi Noel Joe. Anything up? Today is English. I think. Tuesday, yeah. Either I'm totally stupid or it's really not that simple to understand. Hi Aurelius, hi R Star. Do you trust utilities? Can XRP? Hi, first question from R Star. R Star, MoneyGram will bring us nowhere. The total global remittances market is like 0.2%. Or 0.5%. No, 0.2%, I think. From let me do a calculation. One more time the jingle, sorry. Also 0. remittance market is 0.04% of the SWIFT market. So even if MoneyGram is 5% of that. So even if MoneyGram does the whole Mexican corridor, it'll still not affect price at all. Utility scan Satan. It's nice, but I don't trust it 100%. And I think I explained it to Manuel the other, or maybe to Richard the other day. They might catch too many or too few. Too many means they catch ODL or transactions they think are ODL which aren't, and on the other hand they might miss ODL transactions. First of all, we don't even know the exchanges, we just know the corridors. Okay, in some countries there is little choice for exchanges, but in the Euro area could be several exchanges, and doesn't even need to be an exchange which has an API. And in US I'm pretty sure it's more than just Bittrex. MoneyGram doesn't have a 5% share of FX. MoneyGram has a 5% share of remittance market. Hello everyone, let's get started. I think I more or less nailed it with the time. That was by accident. I don't have financial interests, or as I'd say, I don't have no financial interests. I know it's wrong, I say it anyway like that. And I don't have sponsored links, or as I'd say, I don't have no sponsored links. I know it's wrong, and anyway I say it like that. I was being corrected by a nice woman once. I think it was a woman, at least telling by the tweet. Today I'd like to do it a little bit more interactive. Hi XRP Hart, hi David, hi Gio, hi Ben. I don't know Noel Jones, but he and another thing got me started. Let me ask you guys that question. Why do we need a bridge? Try to explain it to me. Hi Juicy. I could give you 2 examples. Let me give you the example. I have euro and you have dollar, but you need euro. Why would you need a bridge? Or why would we need a bridge? Okay, that's the one example. And the other example is actually coming from that video from Digital Dance. Dance means a bit a slow learner. And he was actually, and that question he asked was actually quite valid. Some of you might argue we need a bridge because there is no euro available in the US. But when it comes to central bank digital currencies, that's a DLT solution like XRP is not tight. It's not connected to location. It's available everywhere. Why do we still need a bridge? Please try answering that for me. Value bridge, clipboard, explain. What do you mean by value bridge? I make again the example. I have euro and you have dollar and you need euro. Why do we need a bridge? Raphael, be more clear. Why would CBDCs exists everywhere, like on an exchange, Bitstamp, Bittrex, or whatever other of these huge exchanges. They might have or offer CBDC pairs. Why will they need a bridge? Explain that to me. Exchange of value. Why, Raphael? I have euro, you have dollar, you need my euro. Why do we need a bridge? Adam Parker, it has nothing to do with inflation or deflation. David C, get more clear. Why? What's the purpose of a reserve currency? And why level playing field? Geo, fulfill a company's working capital in a timely manner. I mean, okay, answer my question, guys. One guy has euro and the other dollar, and the guy with dollar needs euro. Why do we need a bridge? Why? R-star, why? In that example, I have euro, you have dollar, but you need euro. Why would we need a bridge? Don't think too wide, Delivery Philip. Think in that example for trust, not for trust. Also not to pay fiat exchange fees. That's very interesting. The answer, I mean, we are all invested in XRP and we know it's a bridge, but we have no clue why. Did you ever ask yourself why we need a bridge? Point. Pablo Pina, I have euro, you have dollar, you need euro from me. Why do we need a bridge? Explain that to me. Noel Jones, you think too far. Use the example. I have euro, you have dollar, and you need my euro. Why would we need a bridge? Fairness in trade. I mean, David C, you could give me your dollar and I give you the appropriate amount of euro. Done deal. Why will we need a bridge? Aha, XR star. XRP makes two different assets interchangeable. Make the example here with the dollar and the euro, R star. You're pretty close. David C, it has nothing to do with manipulating currencies. To access what, Pablo? To negate the need for pre-funded Nostro and Vostro accounts. That's right, Wraith. But why? In the example with me and you need euro, but I have euro, but you have dollar. Why will we still need a bridge? There is no Nostros. It's just, I mean, you could say, I mean, No, actually, it's not Nostros, because you have dollar and I have euro, but you need my euro. Why will we need a bridge? It's that simple. Think about that. But I realize it's not that simple, because most seek answers too far away. Matty, H&M. We are not talking about use. Surely you need a bridge. You're on the right track, Matty, H&M. But think more generic. I have euro, you have dollar, you need my euro. Why will we need a bridge? To settle two different assets. Pretty close. But R-star, I have euro and you need the euro, but you have dollar. Why will we need a bridge? We could make an exchange rate between euro and dollar. You give me your dollar and I give you my euro. Done deal. Why will we still need a bridge? Convertibility. I just made the example, Pablo Pina. Today we have exchange rates between dollar and everything else. Why? Warum brauche ich dann auch eine Brücke? No one knows. Interesting, we're all invested into XRP and freaking fucking not one person has a clue. That's really interesting. Did you never ask yourself why we need a bridge? I mean, all those reasons are correct, but it's not the core of the reason. Think about, I will make another example before I start explaining the answer. Think about, I mean, that one guy with the Matty H&N, he said, well, in US you cannot use euros and in Europe you cannot use dollars. Okay? Don't think about the use, just think about, I mean, the Nostro-Vostro account was correct, but why do we have Nostro-Vostros? The reason is we cannot move money. I mean, I don't have money here. That's why I cannot really show it. I mean, I cannot carry a $10 bill to US. I could, but that's literally stupid. But the guy who answered was Nostros and Vostros. Would Nostros and Vostros still be required with central bank digital currencies? Think about the fact that the Nostro-Vostros system we have today is basically just there because we cannot bring our money abroad. We cannot settle between those ledgers. That's basically the point. With central bank digital currencies, and that's the reason why this digital dance made his video. That's the point he didn't understand. Basically, those two central bank digital currency ledgers would be available all around the world. Why would we still need a bridge? Even the big banks don't know. Hold on, I will read again. Think a little bit and bring me more answers. I will read in the meantime. Okay, stacking SERPs is, the trust. Let's assume both currencies are quite well accepted in the world. Teacher, it has nothing to do with prices. to pay you for your euro. That was the best answer so far. Transaction costs and fees is also not the reason. Veteran UK XRP doesn't connect at all. Independent blockchains. ILP does. But also ILP, I mean, you cannot really send a Bitcoin to Ethereum blockchain. The Bitcoin will need to be sold, and with the money Ethereum will need to be bought and then sent in the Ethereum network. You cannot, it's kind of like this interconnection is not working. It's kind of working, but not really. Adam Walker, in the example, I mean, me having euro, you having dollars, that's not a nostro, not a vostro, it's just our currency, and you need my euro. Why would we need a bridge? The values is irrelevant. We need a bridge to get to the other side. Michael, sag's uns. Okay, I will explain it to you. And the answer is, I mean, but first, I really want you to think about, I mean, it's such a simple question, and everyone thinks he knows the answer. But, and all those answers you have given are kind of side effects of using the bridge. But the core reason, I think only Clifford got very close, or I mean basically what he would need to say is to pay my, what did he say? Hold on. To pay you for your euro. And I'm assuming, Clifford, you assume that you would pay me in XRP in the bridge for my euro. And that's exactly the point. But no one actually, as we have seen here, like hardly anyone got the point. And for me it was two things which I never really got my head around. I mean, I knew it would require a bridge. Central bank, CBDC to CBDC. Everyone said it would require a bridge. And I never got my head around why. It's nostros and rostros we have because we cannot move money outside, because we cannot settle. Once we have two decentralized ledgers available all around the world, US CBDC and Euro CBDC, we could use ILP to exchange the money and settle on both sides. Why there is still a bridge needed, I will explain in short. Basically, XRP is the same thing as our money, only it buys different stuff. I'm working at the company, I'm offering my service, my work. And the company, because I don't want bread and meat and wine, gives me a bridge. They give me fiat. And with that fiat I then can go and buy anything I want. Anything. And XRP is exactly the same thing. And that's the reason why we need to get rid of, we should get rid of the dollar. And that will make it a level playing field. As soon, basically, and in that respect, XRP becoming kind of like the global reserve currency it's total correct, only the term I don't like, because a global reserve currency has also other attributes, like just a bridge, like bridging values. It has a stable value, and it's maybe a possible store of value, therefore, and it has other characteristics. And XRP will not have those, but what XRP will have is the possibility to act as money between fiat. With XRP, you will be able to pay for any fiat you want. And likewise, any person who wants to buy that fiat, that money, that XRP, pays you in something, and they pay you in some fiat. Eventually in the fiat you can use in your country. It's that simple, and yet most people don't quite get it. And that Digital Dance guy brought it basically to the point. Why would you still need a bridge when you have both settlement layers, like decentralized, available? Why would you still need a bridge? And it's really just the fact that when I go to the butcher and I'm the baker, I don't want to, or the butcher that doesn't want to have my bread, because otherwise he would receive 200 breads a day. What does he do with 200 breads? He can only eat one. But if he receives the bridge in our real world, the normal money, then he can buy anything he wants with it. And it was two things who actually brought clarity to me about that. One was that video from that Digital Dance, and the other was a tweet. Let me quickly recall. It was I think it was a discussion about ODL. Someone asked in the very beginning if I trust Satan, asked if I trust Utilityscan. And there was a tweet thread going on about Utilityscan, and I basically remarked, well, how can we trust something which is built on assumptions? It's, for me, the failure rate is literally too high. Okay? Because they have like a 4-minute window, ODL has a 2-minute window. So it could be that within those 4 minutes they think they caught transactions which actually aren't, because ODL has the 2-minute window. That's just one of the errors. And then it could happen just by accident that on the receiving side at the same moment 2 people buy a split amount of that amount which just came from the other exchange, and it's actually not an ODL transaction, just pure luck. So that's the reason why I don't trust. But in that discussion, a guy asked, or there was coming up, I think we also talked about corridors. Then a guy said or told the Euro corridor is open. And then I asked, guys, is there anything visible on XRP scan? Then he actually showed me a screenshot. And at that very moment there was like a tiny little transaction visible. I think it was, I don't even remember, dollar or euro maybe, I don't remember. And then there was a discussion, why don't we see higher values? And the guy asked, well, if it's Bitstamp offers US dollar pairs and euro pairs. And that's the reason why I asked in the beginning, I have euro, you have dollars. And it's not identical, but roughly similar to euro pairs and dollar pairs. And then the guy said, well, if it's just on the same exchange, we will not even notice a ledger movement, because it would basically go from one destination tag to the other destination tag on the same exchange, so literally not be trackable. And I then thought to myself, well, if it's on the same exchange, why do you anyway need a bridge? I mean, as long as you have dollar pairs and euro pairs, why do you still need a bridge? And it took me quite a while to go through that thought. And the same applies to that video from this Digital Dance. Only in his example it's CBDCs, but it's the same effect as if an exchange offers both pairs, euro pairs and dollar pairs. Why do we still need a bridge? And the reason in that case is actually quite simple. Someone sends euro into the exchange, and out needs to go dollar. Now we could think, wow, easy. I mean, they offer both pairs. But where does the dollar come from? Where does the dollar come from? Unless the exchange has a dollar account, which would bring us back to square one, a Nostro account. It would just not be the bank anymore, it would be the exchange. But it would be the same problem as we have with Nostros. The exchange would have a dollar account. So where does that dollar come from? And it's actually very simple. The euro buys XRP. And then we need someone who is willing to buy the XRP with dollars. So he gets XRP out of the system, and into the system comes the dollar. And then the dollar can be sent to the recipient. It's so simple that it's so complicated. I mean, I'm really sorry that I backed you like, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes with that question, but the point I'm trying to do here is we all think we know why, or at least that, but about the why, literally few people thought about. And the easiest thing to visualize is, with dollar you buy goods and services, bread and milk and food, like other food and meat. You pay the taxi driver, you buy an airplane ticket. And with XRP, if all these goods and services are fiat, with XRP you buy those products and services which in the XRP way are fiat currencies. And the reason you do that is the recipient, or the person from whom you buy the fiat, doesn't want another fiat. The butcher doesn't want a bread. He does want money. Because otherwise, if everyone pays him in bread, he could make up a bakery store instead of a butcher store. It's so simple, it almost hurts that it's so simple. But I saw it in your answers that it's actually in the end not that simple. So now, that was basically what I wanted to talk about, and think about that very hard, because this is really crucial to understand, that
when every time when there is a discussion, but CBDCs won't require a bridge or so, then tell them. And who, and does the guy who gives you dollar, even if it's digital dollar, does he want euro? What does he do with the euro? Maybe he can just buy back dollar, but maybe he needs Mexican peso this time. That's the whole thing. That's the bridge. The bridge is the neutral thing. The bridge is liquid to basically any other currency. Like the dollar in US is liquid to all goods and services available in US. And it's that simple. Now I'm going through the questions and remarks. Ian Gracias, yes, micropayment will even work at $10,000 because once we get there, I'm pretty sure XRP Ledger will be amended in the way that one XRP will not have 6 decimals after the point or 6 digits of drops, but maybe 9 or 12, and in that way micropayments still could work. Tiny Crypto, forget about this chart analysis. They're idiots. It's just, I don't pay attention at all to those chart readers. Because, they're short term, for the next, don't know, day or so, they might know if it goes up or down. But if it goes up or down 1% or 2, that doesn't help us anywhere, because we anyway had, even if we bought today and it goes up 1%, because you had to pay the spread, you're still in red tomorrow, basically. I'm pretty good, Patrick. Parrain. Est-ce que tu parles français? Parrain, ça me paraît français. Thomas Rudolf, Euros kann man nicht auf einer Blockchain senden. Das habe ich vorher erklärt. Thomas Rudolph is asking how one can send fiat on a blockchain. You can't. You could send euro via ILP and the recipient can receive anything. Like, he could even receive euro. But he could also receive Chinese renminbi. Veteran UK, I'm pretty sure about that. Rather sooner than later. No, it won't be included in an ESDR. Now where did that? Damn it, I lost it. Sometimes it's here. Veteran UK. Forget about IMF. XRP will never be part of SDR. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be a bridge. Exactly what I explained before. Nothing else. Sigi and Veteran UK and Sigi, you have to explain what I missed there, which makes me angry. It's something about private XRP ledger, but I can assure you that it's just laughable who still talks about that. Deliberately, it justifies the bridge between two fiats. As the same, think about the fact that the butcher doesn't want to have your bread. He wants something neutral. Same does the guy who sells you euro. He wants something neutral. What does he do with your dollar? That's exactly the reason why no one is making trade with Kenya, because no one wants the Kenyan dollar or whatever currency they're using. Joshua Manguns, I cannot help there. I'm almost at the bottom with the comments. Hold on. Veteran UK, do you think there will be a private and a public lecture? There is already today millions of public lectures. Each bank has public lectures. My bank has possibly alone private lectures. My bank possibly alone has already 50 different lectures. No, user 77836, she didn't reply yet. I retweeted though. Delibre Philip, then explain why ILP can transfer value without the use of XRP. Because as long as it's the same currency, it's just a matter of synchronizing our ledgers, our private ledgers. If I send you money, Philip or Delibre, my ledger will be reduced in balance and yours will be enhanced in balance, and thus it doesn't need XRP. However, when it's euro you're receiving and I'm sending Swiss francs, then it needs the bridge. As simple as that, because somewhere it needs to be exchanged, and it's always the same thing. Think about that very simple example. One exchange which has both euro pairs and dollar pairs. Someone wants to send outside of the other side of the exchange. There should arrive dollar, but the guy sending has only euro, so he puts euro into the exchange. But where comes the dollar from? There always needs to be a third party, the market maker, who buys that XRP on the exchange with dollar. So the exchange now has dollar and the market maker now has XRP, and then the dollar can continue. That's exactly how it will work in ILP as well. Think of an ILP connector as an exchange. Actually, even David Schwartz suggested the strongest ILP connectors might be exchanges themselves. Nazario Parisi, I know Darren Moore is 100% sure they will. I am not so sure. Same as like the same thing which happened with the clearinghouse in US. I don't think they're using ILP or RippleNet for domestic payment rails. Why? Because they're using there is two different systems in real-time gross settlement systems. One is credit transfer and debit transfer. And as I always confuse the two, I will just say like that: RippleNet does one and the clearinghouse does the other. And DTCC act, even though there are strong connections to RippleNet and ILP, but I was never 100% convinced that they will actually use it. Yes, Tori did. Someone told me about the higher demand than supply side. Sigi, send it to me and I will put it into the send it in our other group, the link. What am I doing? Web Telegram org. Send it to me in the other group and then I will paste the link here. Because I think I can paste links in the stream, in the live chat. Alan Farrell, no, I don't have any videos on Codios and derivatives. I think the derivatives market will eventually be handled over ILP and XRP, but not this first version. I don't think so. And the difference between Codios and ETH is Codios is a it's not a blockchain as such. It's just a distribute. Can you still hear me? Hold on. Did I receive the link? It was not the link for the other. Hold on. For the other. I thought you were talking about the other Telegram group. Someone could paste actually I will paste that in the video as well. Can someone, Aaron, also copy or send me the link of the other Telegram group, the chatty Telegram group? And now I'm coming back to Alan. Codios, yeah, Codios is not really a DLT smart contract platform. Codios is actually really a server which is in a network, and you can have load distributed, but you can also have your or one particular smart contract run on just one Codios host. And the difference to ETH is the big difference is you can take connection to the outside. Like you can check stock prices and other stuff, weather conditions. ETH cannot do all all those kind of things, because they have no connection to the outside world, roughly. But regarding XRP, I don't yet see why code use would be an important thing. Veteran UK, I really don't think that Shane Ellis is a fictional guy. Don't mix between ILP and trust lines. Trust lines are used for on-ledger IOUs, but so far it's basically a useless feature, and the reason is there is no guarantee. That's the reason why it's called trust lines. You need to have trust that there is value behind it. It would be a total different story with the proposed stablecoin functionality from David Schwartz, because then you know there is a value behind it. Step or sub goal for, well, growing the network for sure, and they grow it exponentially already. No, Veteran UK, XRP will never be packed and never be backed by anything. I don't get it. I mean, you're in my all my videos, my live streams. I will put the link to that Rajan guy talking again, and really, I mean, listen to that. Where is it? Here. Copy link to tweet. Who was it? Veteran. Any stablecoin has like way more regulatory requirements than XRP as bridge asset. Watch that video in that link. It's like a 2-minute excerpt. Aha. Habe ich gesehen, Sigi Thomas. Habe ich schon gepostet, ja. Sam thinks it's what possible too. Veteran UK, are you again talking about private ledgers? If you do, then please leave my channel. Hey, that nerves. I mean, Sam is the biggest. If Sam is coming up with that idiocy again, then he lost the last 0.1% trust I had in him. That's literally the most. He thought 14 months ago we have two ledgers, a private XRP ledger and the public XRP ledger. Because of a spike on the public, he thought, an XRP from the private jumped over to the public ledger. But people, an XRP has no clue about its price. It's just an XRP. How would an XRP has no self-consciousness. It doesn't know about its price. The price is what we give him. So even if an XRP from another ledger could jump to the public ledger, it'll have the same price. And that really makes me angry if you think that's happening. Because I think I spent like half a year explaining that. No, Sam is a full idiot. Veteran UK. And if you believe this private ledger thing, then sorry, I have to tell you, then you're an idiot as well. This is so stupid, this theory. It's like, I don't know. The problem is you cannot even explain it, because there is no there is no... I can give you an example. Hold on. I can give you an example. Okay, don't mind the different value. That's 100 euros. Let's pretend it's a 10 euro, like that. Okay, I will close the door again. Let's pretend that's the public or the price. It actually doesn't matter. It's the public. Well, actually, I should use two. Imagine they're the same bills, okay? The same. They look identical ones. Private, public. The private one jumps over to the public side. It has the same value. There is no different value on the same ledger. As long as I think this is worth 100 euro, then this what jumps over is also worth 100 euro. I really don't know why that's so not to be understood. That really makes me mad. Yes, he pissed me off because I literally explained that Patrick for months, and that idiot Sam I am, the only thing he did is he blocked me instead of going into a discussion with me. I mean, I could also tell you the same example with that. This plug works in Brazil as well. But the plug has no clue that in Brazil it transmits only 110 volts. It's just a plug. It doesn't know about the current running. Neither does it here in Switzerland. It's just a freaking stupid plug. And the same is with XRP. XRP has no, people please understand that, no self-consciousness about their price. Otherwise I could ask David if he could receive 99% of my XRP at the current price and make my XRP have a price which is way more worth. As soon as you send it, there is no knowledge anymore. Which one is... That would maybe work XRP Veteran or Veteran UK if XRP, now again I shouldn't confuse, let me quickly look it up. I think XRP is non-fungible. Exactly, XRP is non-fungible. On the other side, Ethereum has a protocol, I think it's called, hold on, maybe it's even fungible. ETH protocol. Ethereum has a protocol 7, I will copy the link for those interested. 7, what was the name? 7 ERC -721. That's the fungible protocol for ETH. And that's the reason why there are games like these kitten games where you can kind of raise a kitten, but then it has characteristics because you taught the kitten tricks. So if you send that kitten to me, then it will still know those tricks. However, the kitten I taught has different tricks. So when I send it to you, the kitten you will have then will not know the tricks you taught your kitten you sent to me, because it's not the same. It's a unique kitten, the one you taught and the one I taught. And basically, like 99% of the digital assets are non-fungible. There is no serial number on an XRP. Once a serial number, when 10 people send XRP to me, I just have an amount of XRP, 1,000 or so. But which 200 came from, I don't know, Gaurav? I have no clue. I cannot tell. Each XRP is identical. There is no serial number like on the official dollar bill, where we do have, I don't even know where, here, serial number. Okay, that's not something an XRP has. If it had, then maybe one could discuss about this particular XRP knowing its value. But unless they don't, they will always have the value we pay for them. And that's really important to understand. And I'm really pissed, veteran. That's good, veteran. Just get rid of that idiot Sam I Am, because he's really... I mean, no one pays attention to his videos. I mean, he made a video, Sam I Am made a video about Interledger Protocol, where, like, I think he called it Primer on ILP. And in the first 2 minutes he made 3 errors. I even made a PDF about it. No one took attention, and because no one understands, no one realizes the errors he's doing. But I mean, if you think he's still a good guy and telling interesting ideas like private ledgers are possible, then go and feel free to go with him. So now I really want to spend the last 5 minutes on something good without private ledger, XRP ledger und so. Der Kurs ist leider ein Witz. No, Synetic. I really don't know how that ERC721 protocol on Ethereum works. Somehow each of these tokens, in that case, an example I made, it's kittens, like little cats you can teach stuff, has its serial number, and that's the reason why they will not forget what you taught them. XRPs are interchangeable, they don't have the serial number. How it's solved, it's actually irrelevant. But I was in contact with a banker like almost a year back. In my WhatsApp group there was a banker, and he always said that the lack of a serial number on XRP will maybe make XRP a fail on the regulatory side. However, when you check that link, that tweet with that 2 minutes excerpt from the Rajan interview, and actually I can actually send the swell Ripple Rajan. Then I think I should get it exactly. I will put the full link as well to that video. It was a session at Swell, and basically Brad Kimes made a fool out of himself, even though he thought he made himself eternal. I don't know. I think he didn't get it right. Veteran UK, he's even worse than not that bad. I cannot even say how much an idiot he is. Do you have time when those in power regulate? Do you? No one will regulate my XRP I'm holding. Jan Christiansen regarding well, I mean, I said it, and I will repeat that, and then I will answer one last question. After that one, the network is growing, and I'm pretty sure that's thanks to RippleNet Home, and I will repeat that. Even if there are 50 banks on RippleNet, they cannot just send, one bank cannot just send to each of the 49 other banks money. They need to do their due diligence process, which is a process where they have to check risks and everything and talk with their lawyers and blah blah blah. It's a complicated process, and usually that's kind of like a process which takes months. RippleNet Home, one bank uploads their due diligence documents and another bank does the same. Now this bank wants to connect with that bank. They go and read those due diligence documents from that other bank, and if they're happy they send an invitation. They receive the invitation, read those due diligence documents from the bank who invited, and if they're happy they say okay, accept it, and then they can start doing transactions. And that's why the transaction volume, not on ODL but on X-Current, if you so want, is rising exponentially. I mean, just in the month of middle of October until swell, it was like going up like hell. And eventually the more pressure there is, the more pressure there will be for liquidity. How that's being dealt, I really have no clue. I'm pretty sure Miguel Villas did his work properly. I don't think that he was like this in front of his computer screen for the last 3 years or 4 years almost. I'm pretty sure he did a good job, because that's the reason why he was selected. He was the boss of the particular sub part of the CME group, and the CME guys are the ones who deal with, I forgot the name, those contracts you do, I really forgot the name. Hold on. Now it's better again, the connection. I forgot the name of those things. Like a farmer wanting to sell crop corn or something, and the movie theater needs corn in order to be able to make popcorn, but it's not yet harvest time. Then the farmer can tell the movie theater, we will sell you in end of September that much of corn for that amount of money, and the movie theater will accept it or not, and both can basically hedge their risks. That's but I don't remember what, stupid, why did I forget how that was called? And that's one of the most, I wouldn't say liquid, but most heavily traded markets. I think there is even more like factors, more trades going on in that on that CME, I think it's mercantile something exchange than with securities. It's like crazy, because everyone who produces something for a big chain, Walmart or anything, they will want to hedge their risk, and that's the reason why they create such contracts, and then those contracts are bought and sold. So each and everyone will level out his risk. And the question was coming from the liquidity, and that's the reason why they engaged Miguel Villas. Now I lost. Where was that? Jan Christiansen. That was a bit a long answer. So I still believe Shane Ellis will kick in Jan Christiansen. I mean, that's the only thing I can say. I mean, the longer it goes and the more volume they're having on X Current, the higher will become the pressure to do something, and the more it'll be I mean, Ripple sold them a Porsche with 9 gears and not just 3 gears. Okay. Okay, last question. While I wait for the last question, I want to say thank you again for your trust and your patience and your perseverance with me, for the interesting discussion. Think about that question of the title, why do we need a bridge? That's really crucial to understand why you invested, because if you buy euro, the guys selling you euro doesn't want to receive any other currency. He wants to receive something neutral. And that's why we have XRP. It's just the money to buy fiat. Like dollar buys you goods and services in your country. Okay? And sorry for getting mad, but this private XRP ledger, this really makes me mad. Is there a last question coming in? For those whose question I missed to answer, you can, not like that, you can always contact me on Twitter or leave a comment on my video. Okay? And with that, I wish you XRP is a beast. That link I posted was that this Intel Dinar Chronicles plot. I have to read it. It was not from me. Okay. Thank you everyone. Hope to see some of you on Thursday in the German live stream. Otherwise, next week. Take care. Three minutes to freedom. Ask me that on the comment on the video or on Twitter.